Michael here with another Michael's Guitar Reviews. And today we have another bass guitar, of course. This one's a Yamaha TRB. These were made between around about 1994 to about 98, 99. Made in Japan, so you would expect the quality to be very good. This is an active bass guitar, which means that it has a battery compartment. It won't work unless you put one of these in, basically, which can be a bit of a nuisance, but you know, that's the way it is. Whilst we're on the back of the guitar, we've got a solid ash body. We've got the access compartment here for the electrics, a 6-piece assembly here for the neck to be bolted on, and the access point for the jack lead is a bit of an odd one, really. It goes into a hole into the back of the guitar, which, to be honest, is a bit fiddly. But anyway, there we are. The shape of the body, very nice. It's got quite a bit of sculpturing, which you'll be able to see here, and here, and here, and there, and there. So somebody's been at work with a sharp knife. I said before, it's an ash body, it's a maple neck, and it's made in 3 different parts with a rosewood fingerboard. We've got gold-plated machines on the back there, the tuners, a nut which appears to be bone, cut very well. The edges of the fretboard are nicely finished, there's no sharp edges there. The controls and the pickups are worth a little bit of a look, so let's have a little quick look at those first. A J-type configuration with 2 pickups, one close to the bridge, one in the centre or nearest to the neck if you like. Now, the controls themselves, we have a master volume rotary control. This one is a blender for blending either of the pickups. If we go this way round, in other words clockwise, we're going to select this pickup, anti-clockwise the other way round, and in the middle we blend the 2. These other controls are a bit of an enigma. Do you like that word, enigma? This one actually functions as a volume control because it does increase the volume significantly. And I say at the outset, I suspect that at some time in its life, this bass has had some attention to the electrics. Not always very good, I'll have to say. This one here is a 3-position selector switch which appears to alter the tone, giving a bass boost to the middle position. This one does nothing. I've tried and tried all sorts of different combinations and it makes no difference whatsoever, which makes me wonder whether there's been a little mouse inside the electric compartment at some time. Bridge is brass, chunky, and very, very typical bass bridge there. It's adjustable for intonation and it's adjustable for the height of each individual string saddle. This one's been around quite a bit, so it's got lots and lots of bruises and dents. This particular one's finished in what they call blue satin, but they also did a cherry sunburst, a brown satin and a natural finish. It's not a particularly heavy bass, probably weighs about the same as your average bass guitar, jazz bass, precision, that type of thing. But yeah, so overall, the nicest thing about it is the figuring of the ash body, I think, really. It's lovely. But the fact it's got an active electronic system doesn't really seem to enhance it significantly. These guitars were not cheap. They were reasonable mid to high range price range, but the active pickup system, I really don't see a massive improvement there over a passive system where you just plug and go. But I'm sure there will be people out there who have very strong views about this, and as ever, I'm always interested to know what your views are. So we've got a guitar which has had a few electronic historical events. I'm trying to be very diplomatic here. That's been around the block a few times. It's got lots of dents and bruises and whatnot. So I will do my best to try to demonstrate what does it sound like, given that there are a number of anomalies on the electronics. So I'll do my best. Here we go. We'll keep the volume control on full. That's this one. Pickup blender, we will blend clockwise to select the pickup in the middle or nearest to the neck, and all the other controls, those that are working, I've got turned around fully clockwise. And we'll make some changes as we go along and see what difference we can make to the sounds. Here we go. Staying with these controls fully clockwise, we're just going to move this selector switch, which selects the pickups, all the way around anti-clockwise to select the pickup closest to the bridge. Okay, let's take the selector switch for the pickups to the central position, so we've now got a blend of both pickups. Here we go. Watch what happens here. This is supposedly a tone control, but it actually works as a supplementary volume control, really. So I have no idea what's going on there. The central position, very slightly more trebly when turned clockwise, and very slightly less of an edge to it, if you like, fully anti-clockwise, and in the centre more bassy. And of course this one does nothing in any of those configurations. So this review is rather a difficult one for me to do, because it doesn't truly represent this guitar as I'm sure it would have been when it left the factory. Somebody has had a go at these electrics, and they really do need someone with expertise to look at them and just check and see what's happened in there and see if it can be improved. The body itself, there is quite a lot of sculpturing. I'm not sure whether most of this is cosmetic or not. It has been described in some circles as being a kind of a cutaway for more slap playing, but I'm really not sure that it's deep enough to make any appreciable difference. Similarly, the cutaway here obviously makes access a little easier to the upper frets. This one I think is just cosmetic. So overall, what's the verdict? Oh gosh, this is a difficult one. The neck is slightly wider than a jazz bass in how it feels. It's slightly flatter on the fingerboard. It's a C profile neck, a shallow C profile, comfortable. The neck's made in 3 pieces of maple. Ash seems to be popular for bodies, and this one certainly has some very nice figuring on the back, which you may or may not be able to see on the camera. Yeah, overall, it would not be my first choice of bass, to be absolutely honest, and this channel gives honest reviews. A number of reasons for that. Certainly because in this case it's been altered somewhat electrically. I'm not finding that there are sufficient tonal colours to make this an interesting or attractive bass. I don't like the fact that it's got the active pickup system because I don't see that there's a massive difference or improvement there over a passive system which doesn't need the battery. I can't understand why they've decided to bury the jack input socket in a hole, which is very fiddly. It doesn't really seem to add anything, to be absolutely honest. So overall, perhaps the fact that they're no longer produced says something. I mean, yes, it's got two what are called stacked single coil pickups with Alnico magnets, and yes, you can get some nice sounds out of them, but again, it just feels a little bit limited. You've either got a rather muddy treble or you've got quite a boomy bass sound, neither of which lend themselves to a great deal of options, really, if you like. So overall, slightly disappointing bass guitar, I'm afraid. This is the Yamaha TRB. This is Michael at Michael's Guitar Reviews. Please will you subscribe? The more subscribers, the more people will view the channel, the more chance we've got to share our love of guitars with other people. Subscriptions are free, no catches, no hassle. You subscribe, it increases the number of people who are going to be able to see the channel, and it's great. I love sharing these videos with you, absolutely love it. They're not always brilliant results, but I am honest in my reviews. I will always give you an honest review. This is not me selling something. I am not sponsored by anybody. This is just me. I love guitars and bass guitars, and I love the opportunity to be able to inspect them, investigate them, play them, talk about them with you, and hopefully help you to build your own appreciation of them and understanding. As ever, I always appreciate constructive comments and feedback. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Happy playing. This is Michael from Michael's Guitar Reviews. Bye for now.